Greetings, dear viewers. How much are we doing today? First question, am I muted? Please don't tell me I'm muted, for fuck's sake. Please tell me you can hear me. Slight echo, for fuck's sake. Come on. Seriously? Okay, how about now? I may have had two microphone feeds at the same time. Oh, perfect, yes. I happen to have two simultaneous microphone feeds due to yikes. Okay. Who do we have? We have Jens and Peter in the chat. Peter, good morning. Jens says hello everyone. Peter says good day, mate. Then audio a bit echoey. Okay. Now that is, I hope, fixed for now. Okay. What do you have? Anything special happening in Discord worth mentioning? Mr. Sensible posting, do flat earthers hate kittens? Okay. Hang on, what? Batman says, is that girl loopy? Some girls are loopy. I'm one of those girls who are one of the girls who are a bit loopy. Okay. Anyway, how are you, Peter? How's your Tuesday morning? It's wee hours of the morning for you, somewhere around there. Okay. Let me get you some. Shall I get you statistics? I will get you statistics. In the past 28 days, three new subscribers net, 30.4 hours viewed. The most viewed video by video count in the past month is Tom of Finland, pioneer of queer art. Okay, and 490 views. Okay, 490 views and 326 individual viewers. Impression click-through rate is 3.9% and 8.5 thousand impressions, and that's 851 more than usual, and 490 views is 190 more than usual. Yes, so views from impressions 327. Average view is 1 minute and 47 seconds, so barely through my intro. And viewing hours from impressions 9.8 hours. So, and actually, the most curious statistics here is that the most the biggest source of external traffic is Yahoo search, with 28% of all the portion of external traffic is 5.1%. Yahoo search 28%, Discord and Twitter 20%, Creator Studio 12, Facebook 8. Video suggestions. It's 20.8% traffic source. Okay, okay. There's something weird happening here. Okay. Okay, what in the actual...
People are beginning to realize.
Okay. Okay, this is weird. I have yes. Yes, okay. So there are Tom of Finland is most searched and etc. Okay. That's some interesting stats for you. Okay. So on the agenda tonight is the Republicans in the United States of assholes cannot stop being transphobes. Is that news to anyone? For me personally, not really. Not really, no. Not really. Not for me, at least. It's not really a surprise. Okay. Okay. What do we have? Let's take that up. Microraptor says hello. Hello, Microraptor. Good evening. I hope you are well. Okay. So, huge transgender female. At least it's female. At least we've gotten that far, that it's female. Even though it's huge transgender female. We've gotten past the point of calling transgender women men. So maybe we are making some progress. Well, not so much. Okay. Ooh, and where do I have? It's Stefan, by the way, is here. Also, Stefan goes up on my subwoofer, and we have, of course, Bertil. Bertil will be going to Berlin, seeing all queer stuff. Okay, we have Republican Representative Cheryl Helmer, also falsely claimed that trans people are predators and denounced gender affirmation surgery. Oh dear. Where do I begin? A Kansas State representative. It's gotta be good when it's transphobia in Kansas. It's gotta be good. A Kansas State representative. Don't worry, I read through this. This is not my first reaction. Anywho, a Kansas State representative is drawing outrage for her anti-transgender remarks, including her objection to sharing the women's restroom with a transgender colleague, and her false claims about trans people being sexual predators. Microraptor says huge penis jealousy. According to a screenshot provided to me not so long ago of a poll made by an unnamed content creator. The question was, can women have a penis? Or can women have penises? And 69% says yes. Go figure. I can't figure it out either, you know? Okay. Okay. Pardon me for yawning. I'm tired. We went to the gym this morning, and yes, we actually started going to the gym. We went to the gym this morning, and I had an exhausting day at work. So, but anyway, it could be penis jealousy. Who knows? Okay, so Republican Representative Cheryl Helmer, a Republican who represented a district south of Wichita, Kansas, was replying to an email from a University of Kansas graduate when she wrote, "Now, personally, okay, personally, I do not appreciate the huge transgender female who is now in the restrooms in the Capitol. The student, Brennan Riffle, uh, who is trans feminine, had written to Helmer to express opposition to a bill the lawmaker is sponsoring, which is weird. Sponsor? I mean, I know it means something else in this context, but in this context, the word the verb sponsoring in this context means something else. But the only thing that uh, comes to mind is, to me, is a person or persons uh, pays someone to promote them. I mean, pays top doula for it, but because it's so weird to me as a European, not living in a country that has zero corruption, almost zero corruption, of course. No place has zero corruption, but here it's not even possible to pay a lawmaker to push a law go through. Bowie says hello, sorry I'm late. No need to apologize. Michael Raptor says the trans woman has a huge tract of land. Yes. Okay, so the bill. So Helmer is sponsoring a bill that would make it a felony, mind you, to provide gender-affirming care to minors. This is something we've seen on this channel quite a bit before. Okay, and this is from the advocates. Okay, from April 27th. Sorry, so that would be last week Wednesday. So this is quite fresh. Okay. Okay. Yen says the best politicians money can buy. Yes. Marker Raptor says, what are they scared of? How the fuck should I know? I mean, come on. Come on, girl. They are afraid of many things. They're afraid of vaccines. Peter. Peter says, what was she doing there in there that was so bad? She in Representative Helmer's opinion, what the offense was the trans woman simply existing. Riffle, the trans feminine student. Finally, I've had tough shit at work. Sorry, I'm tired. Okay. The Riffle shared the email exchange with Kansas Reflector, the first media outlet to report on the story. The trans woman referenced by Helmer is Representative Stephanie Byers, a Wichita, Kansas Democrat who in 2020 became the first out trans elected official in Kansas. Good for you, Stephanie. Good for you. Okay. Let's give it up for her then. Stephanie. Okay. And I must say, must warn, transphobia is ahead. Transphobia. Please brace yourself. Brace. Okay. And Stephanie Byers is also the first Indigenous trans person elected in any state legislature. Okay, it's quote unquote. It is quite uncomforting. Okay, to share a restroom with a trans woman, Helmer said in the email, adding that she considers trans people a threat. According to this lovely looking lady, is she a threat? This lovely looking lady here, Stephanie Byers, does she look like a threat? I don't think so. It's just Representative Helmer's personal incredulity. I don't understand it, therefore it's a threat. And therefore God. Okay, let's go. Okay, we have Helmer continues to write. We have a very unfair situation. We as women have humans that are much larger, stronger, more adrenaline and testosterone, and therefore possibly dangerous. And we have to share our restrooms with. There's so much wrong with this. So much wrong. There's so much wrong with this bullshit. Oh my god. Yes, reference to Peter's question. What was she doing in there that was so bad? Yeah, saying just being there was scary enough. Yeah. Bowie says transphobes are the worst kinds of monsters. Yes. Okay, and adrenaline. What is Representative Helmer a doctor? Okay, let's see. What was her first name again? Cheryl Helmer. Let's see. Okay, is a politician. Okay, what is her education? Does she even have one? Okay, does she actually have any kind of actual education beyond high school? Doesn't really educational background. Okay, does she educational background? Bills, resolutions, sponsored resolutions. It doesn't seems as if she doesn't have any professional school counselor. Oh my fucking god! Oh my goodness me! she doesn't seem to have any uh, formal education beyond quote unquote. Ah, this doesn't even tell her profession here. Okay, how? Okay, she doesn't have any formal qualifications beyond high school, apparently. Uh, Adrenaline. Okay, it is typically in the amounts she's referring to. It, when you get the adrenaline rush, you get like super huge, like you get strength that you wouldn't like usually have if you're in a life threatening situation. When it's fight or flight kind of situation, when you get that kind of shit, you get a spike, an adrenaline spike, from your own hormonal system. Hmm? What is that? But you don't get that, and you get inhumane strength. Like stereotypically, a mom sees her child being nearly a car driving through towards her infant child, and then the mom lifting up the car and shit, and getting the child out of harm's way by throwing out the car. Uh, that's the amount. That's the sort of amount of adrenaline she's talking about here. But usually, pretty much you never have in normal real life situation. You do not have that kinds of amounts of adrenaline pumping through your body ever, unless you're in a fight or flight situation, or see your baby almost driven over by a car. So she has no idea what she's talking about. And if a trans woman has takes her hormones, has had the surgery, or at least uh, testicles taken removed, the testosterone levels are that of an average cis woman. They take because the International Olympic Committee guidelines permits quite a range of in the allowed testosterone values. Why? I don't know. Okay, but all the trans women I know, all the trans women I've met, their testosterone, all the trans women on hormones that I've met, all their testosterone levels are below that of a cisgender woman, on par or below that of a cisgender woman. So that's completely bullshit that they have male typical levels of testosterone and adrenaline. So debunked. Please move on. Okay. Anyway, Helmer writes. Johan's right. We as women have human rights. We as women have humans that are larger, stronger, more adrenaline and testosterone, and therefore possibly dangerous, and we have to share our restrooms with. So she's describing. So in her mind, she's comparing trans women to men. So okay, I'll say this. I'll continue in a moment. Okay, before I read this. Not only that, not only that, but our wee little girls in elementary and middle and high school are having to be exposed, and many have been raped, sodomized, and beaten in the restrooms by these supposedly transgenders who may or may not be for real. Oh, and there is, of course, no evidence of such assaults. She's making this shit up. And I thought you couldn't make this up. You just cannot. I mean, I thought people just can't make this up, but this lady makes it up as she goes. Again, with the Florida bill, the bill don't say gay. Um, uh, and in Alabama, where they have the similar um, bill don't say gay thing in place, these conservatives have made the same thing up, just word on word, okay? And yeah, okay. Now I'm going forward. So Helmer, in her mind, she is comparing trans women to men. So basically, when she's saying these words here, um, replace in this bit here, replace supposedly transgenders, replace this with the word men. We because she's comparing transgender women to men. So let's read let's read this as how she really means this. Okay? We as women have humans that are much larger, stronger, more adrenaline and testosterone, and therefore possibly more dangerous, and we have to share uh, uh, our restrooms. Not only that, but our wee little girls in elementary and middle and high school are having to be sodomized, and many have been raped, sodomized, beaten, and in the restrooms by these men who may or may not be for real. So she's saying men are dangerous and men are doing these things, which is absolutely correct. Why does she consider men such a threat? Hmm? Okay. That's it. That is quite telling. She fears men because they do these things that I just read. I'm not going to read for the third time. It's such a horrible text. Okay, buyers and others expressed shock at Helmer's rhetoric, saying, "We know this has been going on in offices and back rooms and conversations since the day I was elected," buyers told Associated Press. The shocking part is that I came out that someone actually said it. To the reflector, she noted, "How embarrassing is it that this is the same argument that was said in the 1950s and 1960s, 1950s and 1960s about why you couldn't have black people in the same restroom because they were predators, and that stigma carries on. We still see it." Yeah, think about that. 60 years ago, these arguments were made of black people. Mm. Jens says, "A Karen in politics, the worst kind." Booby says, "Her brain is in her ass and she's just farting nonsense," precisely. And hiccuping shit. Jens says, "A Republican slandering a minority group. Time for the ACLU to step in." Yeah. Tom Witz, executive director of Equality Kansas, told AP or Associated Press that Helmer's remarks constitute a new level of toxic bigotry. His group sent a letter to the House Speaker, Ron, Ron Rickman Jr., demanding disciplinary actions against Helmer for her quote-unquote incendiary and slanderous comments. Rickman has the authority to strip House members of committee assignments, but committees are no longer meeting this year. It's April, and no, so basically the House committees are meeting up only a third of the year. How in the fuck is that even possible? Hmm? Bowie says she sounds sexist and transphobic at the same time, which is a bad combination. It always is. Okay? Yeah. This is just horrible. Despicable shit. Okay? LGBTQ Victory Fund President and CEO Anis Parker released a statement calling for Helmer's resignation. And I quote, "We unequivocally condemn Representative Helmer's ugly transphobic attack against Representative Byers, a trans woman and a fair advocate for marginalized communities who are too often target of hate." Yes, that she really is. Okay, let's go forward. Helmer's email to Riffle contained a denunciation of gender-affirming confirmation procedures. Procedures. Okay. No, sir. And I quote Helmer: "A surgeon can cut, remove, whop, add, change the biology that is chemically occurring sick. In each and every fiber, bone, and molecule of every human being," she wrote. "A doctor can inject meds and dilute, but cannot destroy what God has once done in perfection of human being." I could go on and on about human vestigial organs. If I could, how about Mrs. Helmer? If we discussed human vestigial organs, even for 15 to 20 minutes, you would see that human being is far, in a biological and anatomical sense, a human being is far from perfect. How about that, Mrs. Helmer? How about we talk about vestigial organs? For example, the muscles of your ears, they're vestigial. Your appendix is vestigial. Your tailbone is vestigial. And there is, I can't remember, for the love of me, I can't remember the name of the muscle that some humans have and some don't. And it's vestigial. I have a list here somewhere. Plantaris muscle is vestigial. Latissimus dorsi muscle. Musculus latissimus dorsi is a vestigial muscle. It's in the back. It has several different variations. There are, as I understand it, that's vestigial. There's all kinds of, and then there are these arm muscles. There are vestigials. Flexor carpi radialis. It's basically, if you, okay, I'll just, if I can just get that one there, that's vestigial. Not all humans have this. I think 15% of humans do not have this. And the third molars, also also known as the wisdom teeth. In humans, third molars are vestigial. They are, but there are people in this world who are born without the third molars. They do not have it. For example, the Tasmanian Aborigines, 100% have all of it, have 100% have the third molars, or grow the third molars, but 100% of indigenous Mexicans do not have them. So that is Mrs. Helmer. That is your perfect human body. It's not perfect. Far from perfect. And where do I? Okay. She has since doubled down on those comments, saying, and I quote, "You can't lop off a penis and then expect a little boy to now live his life," she said on Monday, according to Associated Press. He'll be in regret for the rest of his life. However, genital surgery is generally not performed on minors. Gender-affirming treatment given to people under 18 usually consist of hormones and puberty blockers, you little fucker. There's only one case of one transgender person I'm aware of to have had the gender reassignment surgery as a minor. That would be the German singer and model Kim Petras. So that's the only one that I know of. The more prevalent issue would be the mutilation of intersex children to please people like Mrs. Helmer. Mrs. Helmer is trying to take out or prevent these puberty blockers, etc., etc. Helmer's bill has not received a hearing. Alabama is the only state so far to criminalize gender confirmation treatment in minors. Arkansas has banned such treatment, but its law is subject to healthcare workers but its law would subject healthcare workers to professional discipline rather than criminal penalties, and it is temporarily blocked from enforcement while a lawsuit is being heard. People are suing the states. Yes, people are suing the states. This I was aware of because these are unconstitutional. Or these are against the federal constitution, which, as I understand it, overrules anything the state constitutions may say. These people know, these politicians who push through know these bills are unconstitutional. They've been told. Each and every one of those lawmakers, senators, governors who push these laws have been told they are unconstitutional with regards to the federal constitution. But they still do it because they can. Yeah. Okay. In Texas, governor has directed state's Department of Family and Protective Services to investigate parents who allow their children access to care as potential child abusers. Yeah. Um, uh, yeah. That order has temporarily been blocked. Yeah. Anyway. They're trying to veto bills or ban the Democratic governor's veto to overrun it. Okay. Um, uh, no one will take her, says Peter. Yen says she has a rival that trumps reality and science. And circumcision is usually done shortly after birth. Not exactly true. No, not nearly not nearly always. Yes, Jews, if Christians acted like they should, all Christians should have their male children circumcised at the age of, it's like 3 days or something. I can't remember but you know, very very shortly after birth, if Christians took, if Mrs. Helmer took her holy book as seriously as she claims to take it, she should, each and every single male should be, every single Christian man or male or a male baby should be circumcised, as well as like every Jew should be circumcised. 70% in the US, yeah, it says yes, but that is not the case in, for example, Europe. That the US has exceptionally high rates of male circumcision for a predominantly Christian country. Well, predominantly non-Jewish, non-Muslim country. However, of course, the U.S. has a significant Jewish and Muslim minorities, but for a with a significant majority of Christians, the U.S. has a unusually high rate, but it has to do, it's a cultural thing. It's a cultural thing more than anything. It's not a religious thing really. It's a cultural thing. Like why we don't do it that much in Europe. Yeah. So it's like prophylactic. It's like prophylactic thing. I do get it why it's done. I mean, I do get it that it's done due to hygiene reasons in many cases. That is thought to be a prophylactic. Uh, it does. Yeah, it makes some things easier. But anyway, it to the actual topic here. It seems to me as if to stop boys masturbate. Look, tell you what, you can masturbate without a foreskin just fine. It it doesn't it has no relation to the ability to masturbate. Honestly, um, just ask any guy who's been circumcised. It doesn't really affect any. It has no relation. It's a it it has no relation to masturbation. It doesn't prevent it. I mean, you'd have to cut your fucking hands off you have you'd have to cut their fucking hands off to even slow down the rate of masturbation of to if you want to stop a teenage boy from masturbating, circumcision is hardly the first go-to thing, really. Yeah, we're supposed to do that. Yes, I know, but it's they had the. I mean, I recently uh, came across an article or an article of some sort regarding this. Uh, something that was touching on this topic, and there was actually they even figured it out. They figured it out, I think, already in the 70s. See, towards the end of in the 60s and 70s, they already figured it out. That just doesn't work. So it just doesn't. Okay. Anyway, back to we got a bit off topic because this male circumcision that hardly has anything to do with this topic. What it does in case if they want to prevent boys from masturbating, but there are more effective ways to stop boys from masturbating. I can't think of any, but there has to be. There has to be, spank them enough. I don't know, or scare them with, you'll get if you wank, you get hair. You'll get hair on your hands, but by the time you get the boy gets to that point, he probably already has hair on his arms due to testosterone. Jens says it doesn't work, but we've always done it. So what's up now? Exactly. What's up now is always sort of good fun. So anyway, back to this original topic. There is zero reason to assume the Republicans would be slowing down anytime soon. Unfortunately. The Trevor Project. Yeah, Trevor Project is the LGBTQ nonprofit. Yes, yes, I've talked about that recently. Anyway, but to what end? Mm? Anyway, Bowie says KKK is cooking threats in Georgia. Okay. Anyway, I'm tired. I have a horrible headache coming in. Unfortunately, I've got and I have an early start tomorrow. I need to be. It's almost midnight, and I had to be to get my summer to get my car's tires changed tomorrow morning at 8. So I should be off to bed. Anyway, thank you for Buvis's Trevor Project. They want the Republicans want to shut it down. How the fuck am I not surprised? Anyway, thank you very much for watching this live show today. Once again, Stefan, very little hedgehog there. Okay, and then Bertil. And by the way, my links to my Patreon are down in the description, as well as PayPal, my playlist links, as well as Discord invitation links if you haven't joined my servers already. So there won't be any videos this week Friday or next week Monday. So May 6th and May 9th, no videos because Bertil, myself, and my partner are going to Berlin. And Bertil gets to go on an airplane. For the first time ever, Bertil will go to uh, an airplane. Yes, to Berlin. We'll be there for several days. Okay, Friday 6th and Monday 9th, no videos, and we'll be back. Bertil and I will be back in the studio for another live show on Friday next week Friday, week and a half from now, just a little over a week and a half, almost 2 weeks from now. So next week Friday, it's Monday the 2nd. We'll be back on Friday the 13th. I'll figure out something interesting for you. Bowie says, please be safe on your trip. I will. My partner and I are both triple vaccine. We've had 3 vaccines, and in Berlin, the usage of FFP2, the heavier masks, not the surgical masks, but the one grade heavier. The heavy masks are required at least in public transport in Berlin. So I will post pictures to my Discord servers, so please be there. And also, very big thank you to my patron Flems. Flems has been a faithful patron of mine for 7 months now, I think, and he's all alone in my Patreon. You can join my Patreon through starting with just €3 or equivalent in your own currency if available. €3 a month. So, and from up there. And I will see you next week. Until then, be safe and bye bye.